Welcome to the Crest Hammer YouTube page. This week, need to rebuild a fuel system. Maybe build a fuel system. The LS in there, these good looking rails sitting there, I need to completely build a fuel system. This LS needs about 58 psi of fuel pressure. The old system would do about 18 was max. So I have to drop the tank. I'm gonna run completely new lines, put a new fuel filter in that can handle the pressure, and a regulator that can handle the pressure. Join me, won't you? Gotta drop this tank. It's a lot easier to get most of the stuff from this side, so I gotta get the ground off first, which that's where my finger's at. So here's the connection, and I got to get the ground off first so I can undo the connection, and then here's all the pipes and tubes and everything. I might just cut all those because I'm going to replace those hoses anyways. I got my tank jacked up just high enough to get everything out from under it. Gotta get those straps off. Now I'm going to take the straps off. Got all the old hoses removed, got it all taped off. I'm not going to put all the other stuff on today, so that's why I taped it all off. Okay, so I gotta take the fuel pump off. Don't mess with the level sensor because it works fine. And this wire is pretty dainty. It's pretty small, so I'm gonna swap that wire out. I don't know which one of these is the, I think purple is the power wire. Okay. So this black wire is ground. All right. This purple wire should be this one. Nope. Purple wire is the little blue wire. Okay, well that's an issue. Okay, so what is white wire? White wire is my red wire. I was able to get this all built up. Now I'm just waiting on the electrical connectors, and I'll finish building up. So I'm going to take all of this with my little gasket, bring it in the side of the shop so it doesn't get dirty. All right, rewired this, put some shrink wrap on it, put some new sockets on it. The blue wire and the little black wire obviously is still the same. But the red wire and the black wire, which are the white wire and the black wire on this side, they're both 12, I don't know, 12 gauge wire, I guess is what they're called. And I put the fuel pump on, have the little filter on there, which I already got dirty, so that's awesome. And it's ready to be plopped back into the tank. I gotta drain the fuel tank to get all the old 87 octane out of there. It's 87 octane and it's kind of gross. I don't think this truck's been ran for almost a year. So I got my little click-clack and a Milwaukee battery. Hopefully it starts pumping. There we go. I'm running all stainless steel lines for my hard lines. So it's going to be a stainless steel, 3/8 stainless steel supply in return. I ran 3/8 aluminum on the bus because that's carbon. It doesn't need to push as much pressure. And it sounds cooler when you say stainless steel fuel lines. Somewhat straight, but not the best. I'll be able to straighten up a little better once I actually get them closer to assemble. That was not good. I shouldn't have dropped that. But put a piece of tape, red one on one, blue one on one. Red is my pressure line, blue is my return line. Now I'm going to take this dog, hopefully I didn't just break it by dropping it, and put one of these on each end. It's a compression to AN6 fitting. I replaced the O-rings. Now I'm going to put these little fittings on here. These fittings are actually fittings for the TBI, but they're the same size. So it's whatever this size is to an AN16, and whatever that size is to an AN16. Excuse me, AN6. Return and pressure line, red and blue. Trying to mark everything that way so I don't get confused and screw it up. Started bending and kind of adjusting my fuel lines. They still need a lot of work. Yeah, fuel lines need some love because they're going to come on the frame, go up right there, go on the frame, and then they'll have to do a 90 up through right here, and then probably another 90 to go right here. Needs to be 64. I'm going to angle this one about 60 degrees up, then I got to go 15 degrees in. So I'm threading the fuel lines down through here behind the brake lines and the vent line. Shut up, chicken. So I'm going to thread that under there and then make it fit under the that cross member. One thing I did do off camera is I changed the driver's side exhaust. It went all the way and it was hitting right there. So I took some extra pieces I had and kind of rigged it together. It's not the prettiest, but I didn't want to have to hammer the living crap out of the top or have it constantly hitting the bed, so that would vibrate and then eventually either break something. But now it's solid. Well, not solid, it's still hanging on the mounts, but it's able to move. It doesn't hit anything. This is able to move. So we're good right now. All right, about to slide this fuel tank under there. My kids are in the underneath helping. They're definitely not just in the way. Got the tank in there. It's just hanging by a couple threads on these bolts, this one and that one. Put it in there with my son, so I didn't record it because there was a lot of screaming and crying and throwing fits. Very expertly measured how long that first line needs to be, and I decided around 9 inches. Got the pressure and return line tightened up in there. I think they're all tight, as tight as I can get them. Now I have to cut the 2 vent lines and the fill and install the fill line. All right, I got everything connected except the fill hose. I'm waiting to do that one very last. I do that one the very last because I want to lift it up all into position and then connect the fill hose. Well, get it all up to position tight where I want it, then connect, then inspect everything, then connect the fill hose, just so I can see everything and make sure everything's where I want it, and there's gonna be no binding in anything. Got the fill hose on, all that crap should be on and good to go. Can't really see it. That's good. This little guy plugged in wherever it is. That little guy right here plugged in and bolts tight. All these beautiful lines ran, bolted in. I'll do bolted in a little more into the under the hood, but everything under here is done. Building my fuel line set up. Yeah, my fuel filter and regulator set up. Get these all locked in and everything. So then get these locked in and mounted where I want them. So then I know where I need to run my supply and return lines to. So my fuel filter is supposed to come with a little mount thingy. It did not. Okay, so here's how I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna hide the filter behind this brake booster, make a little platform mount for everything, and just mount it to the inner fender well. Just put it right here. I'll just have to be careful I don't spill any of the washer fluid on it. Just kind of a little right here. Alright, got my little mount in. Don't judge me for evil energy. Little Chinesium. I also got a 90 in for this, so I can run this line. So when I mount it on here, this, if it was straight down, this line would hit this mount. So I put it at an angle. Ordered a 90 here. And tighten that up as tight as I can go. And then that'll be good. The mount isn't going to fit on this little piece, so I had to add this. So this bolt hole will fit in there. I think I'm just probably going to cut off the bottom or drill another hole. Haven't decided yet. Alright, got this all built up, painted, smoothed out, welded, whatever I needed to do. Trimmed, cleaned up all the edges so they're not super sharp. They're still a little wet, but now I'm going to mount the crap on there. My filter regulator built up on my little mounting pod. Now I just need to connect all the wires, or connect all the hoses. Here's going to be my pressure. Here's my return. Here's to the fuel rail. Tank, fuel rail, return. I had to flip this around so this is on top so I can remove this without removing the whole. I can remove the filter without removing the whole unit. So I can unscrew that, unscrew that, unscrew that, and I can just take the filter out. All right, got it all locked in. All those cables are on. That holder's kind of off. I'm gonna have to adjust it down there. It's kind of hitting the firewall. No, it's not. It's hitting a piece of. Well, I'll crawl under there and see where everything is, but this is all bolted in. Got my nylock nuts on the inside, and I also put some that other stuff on there, Loctite on there, just to really make sure. But yeah, I ran this hose back up above the vacuum lines. I'm gonna have to kind of move this around. I don't like the way that looks. Hooked it back into the back of the fuel rails. Everything looks done to me. Fuel system is complete. Got my filter and my regulator and my fuel lines all ran. They're all run together. Now I just need to worry about the electrical. But I'm going to call my fuel system complete. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.